Anything that is high-tech is vulnerable to any peak, a peak of energy, a peak of materials, a peak of knowledge as well. So we are promoting low-techs and also social innovations.
Hi, Justine here, day one of Hack Belgium, and I am here with Pierre Lacroix, who's from the, Ecology Center, Urban Center.
Urban Ecology Center, yeah.
Urban Ecology Center in Brussels.
Yeah.
And he's our food expert, and he's going to be giving us some impressions of not only Hack Belgium, but why we need to think about food and other issues we need to think about in the coming future. What's the number one thing in response to food that we're not addressing that you're talking about here at Hack Belgium?
Mostly food resilience. So actually, if you look at a system that is all globalized, it is very fragile to any global matters. For example, if you take a fruit production here around Brussels, it is very vulnerable to climate change, or it can be vulnerable to any specific problem that comes and then touches all the system. So the resilience is the ability for a system to be diversified and to adapt itself to a global change. For example, it will be diversifying the fruit production.
So how are you tackling that very deep thought? And are you using certain kind of questions, any kind of innovation tools? Are you just soliciting ideas? What are you doing?
Yeah, what's funny is that the innovations I'm talking about are not high-tech, but they are mostly low-tech. Why? Because anything that is high-tech is vulnerable to any peak, a peak of energy, a peak of materials, a peak of knowledge as well. So we are promoting low-techs and also social innovations instead of technological innovations.
Go analog. So what kind of advice are you having for consumers then about ways that they can protect their food availability?
Well, to be conscious about its consumption and to try to be less dependent on fossil fuels, for example, and try to develop self-sufficiency, for example.
Are you suggesting that we grow our own vegetables at home?
Possibly.
Terrific. Is there anything that you've seen at Hack Belgium that's inspired you?
Actually, I just arrived, but I'm just keep my eyes wide open because there's so many things to see.
Okay. Any last thoughts or tips you want to give us for consumers at home regarding food scarcity, food vulnerability, delicious food?
Just think wide. Don't just make changes at your own scale, but also think systemic. Think about the system and how you can also change it.
Thanks so much, Pierre.